gotten so much done on this cardigan. Hey y'all, welcome to Boujee Crochet Wearables episode number 17. And this series is all about highlighting the humble yet beautiful art of crochet through amazing, lovely yarns and designs that we can wear with confidence and with love. And so this episode is catching you up because I have been away for a few weeks and want to catch you up to some of the things that I have gotten done. So let's just start with the first project that I started a few weeks back in the month of in the month of December. And that is the Oversize sweater by Olga Poltava. And I worked on it until I ran out of yarn and stopped working on it while I was in Texas because I did not bring the next skein with me, wanted to use the ball winder that I have, and I have got that skein all wound up. So this is the yarn that I am using. Look at that lovely halo. The fuzz is amazing. So this is Queen City yarn that I got when I was in North Carolina. I was actually in Raleigh. This one was hand dyed in Charlotte, North Carolina. And it is 75% Surrey alpaca, 25% silk, and it is the colorway New River. And yeah, it is the Bernice combination of fibers. And it is beautiful yarn, and there it is. So I had been working on the front panel, got this much done on the shoulder. I think it's 6 rows out of 16, and ran out. I am holding it double, as you can see, but ran out of the alpaca. So I'm going to tie that in. And I've got just a little bit of this skein. This is perennial, and it is dyed by Kelborn Woolens right there, and all the details are on that label right there. It is 25% Surrey alpaca, 60% superwash merino, 15% nylon. So I do still need to cake this one up. I think this one will be a lot easier. This alpaca silk really sticks to itself, and took me 45 minutes to an hour, quite a long time to cake this up, and glad that that is done. So I think this one will go a little bit easier, but at least I can tie this one in and get started on that so I can finish the front panel. Then it's just a matter of seaming it up and then adding the sleeves in. So I'm pretty sure that the last 2 cakes should be enough to finish this sweater. I am using, it is a fingering weight held with a very fine, almost lace weight, and I am using a K, or what is that, 6.5 millimeter hook. Yes, it is a big hook, even for yarn that is being held double, but it really does give it the nice drapey fabric that I'm looking for. And I love the color, the gray and the blue together. The two together for making a really nice fabric. So I am ready now that I am back in Tennessee to get that one going. And so yeah, excited about that. So what have I been working on? Well, it is the Hexie shirt by Kelly at Craft and a Cuppa. And it is a Hexie shirt. That's what she calls it. But I've joined in with the Hexie Cardi Party 2025 put on by K&K Crochet. That's KK and Kristen. And I am using that hexagon cardi. You can actually make it into a cardigan or a shirt, depending on what you do with her pattern and what kind of yarn that you use. It can become a cardigan if you use a heavier yarn. And I am using it actually works out to be a sport weight. The label called it DK, but it is measures right at the edge of sport weight and DK yarn. And it is working up so lovely. I've gotten so much done on this cardigan and really, really loving the way it's working up. So as a reminder, I am using Barocco Remix Light. It is 100% recycled fibers. It actually in the ball feels like paper almost. It is so incredibly soft and very fine yarn. It is beautiful. I love all the speckling. And there's one area, I don't know if I can find it, yeah, on the sleeve here, where you can see that the blue, the recycled fiber. So it hasn't been re-dyed. They've just taken fibers and wound them again into this ball of yarn. It is, this one in particular is 30% nylon, 27% cotton, 24% acrylic, 10% silk, and 9% linen. And yeah, it says machine wash, cold water, lay flat to dry, but I might actually hand wash it because, as I said, it's a very delicate, fine fiber. So anyway, this is a 3.5 ounce or 100-gram ball with 432 yards. And so there you go. No, actually, that means it's between a sport weight and fingering weight, right on the edge, the light edge of sport weight, not DK. I was wrong in saying that, even though the label calls it a 3-weight. But it is very fine. Really do like it. And it's working up into an amazing fabric. So this is how far I've gotten. There you go. Look at that. So this pattern is the granny square clusters that I am using. I think the one Kristen and KK are using, it is all double crochet, and then the next row is double crochet, chain one, double crochet to make the little windows. So not quite as airy or holy as the granny square cluster hexagon, but this is how far I've gotten. So the sleeves are this long. You are to fold them up. I will probably end up tacking them down so they will stay folded. And I am working on the bottom. I'm adding rows around the bottom, and then it will have a band that goes around for buttons that I do plan on putting in because I do want to make the shirt. And then you also make a collar for it. And I'm so excited about it. So yeah, this is the way it's looking. I may have to add, I think in Kelly's pattern, it calls for adding a row of double, or a row. You're going around the neck, but you're repeating and going back and forth, not in a circle. But anyway, a row of double crochet, then you make another row of double crochet with the buttonholes, then you make one more row of double crochet. I may actually make 4 rows just to make sure that there is a little bit of breathing room. I tried it on last night and it will kind of pull to button, and I only plan on wearing it in the summertime and over like a strappy top, but I do want a little bit of breathing room, and I'm making the length come down just past the waistband on my jeans so I can do that front tuck, that stylish front tuck. But yeah, really loving it, excited about how much I have gotten done. It is an easy pattern that I will link in the description box below. But as I said, you can do an actual cardigan if you use, I think it would be nice if you use a thicker yarn. You don't have to, but if you use a heavier weight yarn, because Kelly's pattern goes by measurement. So you just need to figure out what size you want to make it and go by your own body's measurements. And she shows you exactly how to do that. She has all the measurements in her description box. They are in centimeters, but easily with I say with Googling, you can always find conversions online, or if you've got measuring tape that's got centimeters on one side, inches on the other, you can just flip it back and forth and figure that out. It's not that difficult to measure in centimeters as long as you have the tools, the right tape measure to do so. But that's what's nice about her pattern, is that any hook size, any yarn size, any yarn fibers, all will work, and you can make the shirt. You can leave the collar off. You can put the collar on. You can leave the buttons off, put the buttons on to make it your own. You can make the sleeves longer. You don't have to fold them up if you don't want to. There's so many different ways to make this with her pattern. So it will be in the description box below, and excited about getting those bottom rounds finished so that I can start on the button band and the collar, and then it will be done. And very excited about that. And I am using what the pattern calls for, which is a 6mm hook. Even though it is fine yarn, again, hook size makes such a huge difference. So I would say that if you want a drapey fabric, no matter what size yarn, what weight yarn you use, go up 2, even 3 hook sizes so that you get that real drapey fabric that will look good with whatever yarn that you choose to use. All right, that's it for my 2 Boujee Crochet wearables that are on the hook. As you know, as I've said earlier, I am back from Texas. My eye surgery went well. I can see you. The doctor was very pleased with healing. I am glad that I have not gotten the other eye done. I don't think in a week I would have been ready to do the other eye. This one was still healing. My vision was not as clear or as sharp. I can tell a difference in color. It's very strange. It's kind of like if you've ever taken a picture like on Instagram and added a filter. That's what it's like. It's like my eye that still has the cataract has one of those warm filters, and this eye has a cool filter to it. That's how the colors are different. And so, yeah, so anyway, it is healing nicely, still taking drops or putting drops in my eye, but very pleased with how everything went. Enjoyed the conference that I went to with my husband and got snow on my birthday in 60 years. This is the first time that it actually snowed on my birthday where I was. I've been in some places where we could have gotten snow, but this was the first time, and funny enough, it was in South Texas. I don't know, or Southern Texas, because we were in Austin at the time. But anyway, I really do appreciate all your well wishes, warm wishes, and your prayers, and excited that, that it's gone well and healing nicely. So thank you all very, very much. I do appreciate you all. Well, that's it for this episode of Boujee Crochet Wearables. Be looking out this week. I will do a podcast, and I have am participating in Ella at No Catchy Name. She has a make-along called #Kaleidoscope Make-Along, and I have got some projects on the go for that make-along. So be looking out this week for the Flourish Creatively podcast that is coming out. Y'all have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye, y'all.